You hear it all the time, right? Drink more water. But what actually happens if you don't? What's going on inside your body when you just skip that glass? We're about to dive deep into the science of the one thing we absolutely can't live without. And trust me, some of the answers are going to surprise you. So here's what we've got on tap. First, we'll look at just how much of you is, well, water. Then we'll see what all that water is actually doing. After that, we'll get into the scary stuff, the dangers of getting it wrong. Then we'll figure out how much you really need. And finally, we'll talk about the awesome long-term benefits of staying hydrated. Okay, let's jump right in with part one. We are made of water. And yeah, I know that sounds kind of obvious, right? But stick with me because when you see the actual numbers, it's pretty mind-blowing. So get this, when you're born, you are 75% water. I mean, to put that in perspective, you're basically a fish. No joke, same water content. Now, that number does go down a bit as we get older to about 60%, but water is still the #1 ingredient that makes you, well, you. So that kind of begs the question, doesn't it? If we're basically walking, talking bags of water, why do we have to keep drinking so much of it? Why can't our bodies just, hold on to what's already there? That's the big question we're going to answer. Which brings us to part two. What is all that water actually doing inside of us? Because let me tell you, it's not just sloshing around. It is hard at work 24/7, keeping our internal machinery running. Just think of water as your body's superstar employee. First off, it's like a built-in shock absorber, cushioning your joints so you can move around without everything grinding together. It's also your personal air conditioning system, regulating your temperature when you sweat. And, maybe most importantly, it's the delivery driver that rushes all those vital nutrients to your brain and spinal cord. And this water isn't just in your blood. It's literally part of your organs. Check this out. Your lungs, they're 83% water. You probably don't think of your lungs as being wet, but they have about the same water content as an apple. Wild, right? And it doesn't stop there. Your brain and your heart, the absolute command centers of your body, are both about 75% water. That's pretty much the same as a banana. So next time you eat one, think about that. But here's the one that really gets me, your bones. You think of them as these dry, solid things, right? Nope, they're nearly 1/3 water. It just goes to show you H2O is literally in every single piece of us, from the squishy parts to the hard parts. Okay, so that brings us to section 3, and this is where the drama comes in. It's all about the constant, daily balancing act our body has to pull off just to stay in the game. So here's the catch. We're leaky. Every single day, we lose about 2 to 3 liters of water. It comes out when we sweat, when we go to the bathroom. You even lose water just by breathing out. That's a lot of water we have to replace every single day just to break even. Luckily, our bodies are super smart. They have this amazing built-in alarm system. When your water levels get a little low, a part of your brain called the hypothalamus basically sounds the alarm. It releases a special hormone that tells your kidneys, hey, hold on to the water we've got. The kidneys then open up these tiny little channels, they're called aquaporins, to pull more water back into your blood. It's this incredible, totally automatic system designed to protect you. But you can push that system too far. On one hand, you've got dehydration. This is bad news. It crushes your energy, kills your mood, and makes it hard to think straight. It can even cause your brain to physically shrink for a little while. But the other extreme is dangerous too. Drinking way too much water can lead to something called overhydration. It basically dilutes the sodium in your body, which causes your cells to swell up. Yeah, not good. Both sides of this coin are pretty serious. So, how do we stay in that perfect sweet spot? Well, that's what section 4 is all about. This is your personal guide to getting it just right. You've heard this a million times. We all have. Drink 8 glasses of water a day. It's simple, easy to remember, but is it actually true? Yeah, the short answer is not really. That whole 8 glasses thing is kind of outdated. Modern science has shown us that it's actually a lot more personal than that. The truth is, everybody's different. The current advice is more of a range. For most men, it's somewhere between 2.5 to 3.7 liters a day. For women, it's more like 2 to 2.7 liters. And where you land in that range? Well, that depends on all sorts of things, like how active you are, the climate you live in, your age, lots of stuff. And here's a little secret that most people don't think about. You don't have to get all that water from a bottle. Turns out, about 1/5 of the water we need every day comes from our food. Seriously, so many fruits and veggies are just packed with water. Things like strawberries, cucumbers, even broccoli, they're more than 90% water. So you can literally eat your water, which is a pretty cool way to hydrate and get your vitamins at the same time. All right, let's bring it home with our last section, the long-term payoff. Because this isn't just about avoiding a headache today. This is about investing in a healthier you for years to come. And the science on this is pretty clear. Being properly hydrated over the long haul can actually lower your risk for some serious stuff, like strokes. It can help with managing diabetes, and some studies even suggest it could reduce the risk for certain kinds of cancer. That's a huge deal. So really, the main takeaway is simple. Getting the right amount of liquid, whether you drink it or eat it, makes a world of difference. It affects how you feel, how you think, and how you function, not just years from now, but like right now, today. So I'll just leave you with this one thought. We now know your brain is 75% water. So the real question is, how are you going to fuel it today?